The church bells tolled ominously as Fox stood at the back of the crowded sanctuary, his heart pounding like a drum in a storm. His father, David, looked happier than Fox had seen him in years, standing at the altar beside his fiancée, Marcus, both dressed in sharp tuxedos that screamed new beginnings. But as the priest asked if anyone had reason to object, Fox's voice shattered the silence. "I do, because Marcus is a liar and a fraud, and if you marry him, Dad, you'll regret it for the rest of your life." Gasps rippled through the congregation like a wave crashing on shore. David's face drained of color, his eyes locking onto his son's with a mix of shock and betrayal. Marcus, ever the picture of composure, turned slowly, his charming smile faltering just enough for Fox to notice the flicker of panic in his eyes. "Fox, what the hell are you doing?" David whispered harshly, but Fox didn't back down. He pulled out his phone, holding it up like a weapon. "I have proof. Marcus isn't who he says he is. He's been hiding a criminal past, and it's not just some minor thing. It's dangerous." The wedding guests murmured, phones emerging from pockets as whispers turned to outright chatter. David's sister, Aunt Clara, stood up from the front row, her face twisted in confusion. "David, what's going on? Is this some kind of joke?" But David ignored her, stepping closer to Fox. "Son, this better be good. You're ruining the happiest day of my life." Fox swallowed hard, the weight of his decision pressing down on him. He had wrestled with this for weeks, torn between loyalty to his father and the truth he'd uncovered. But seeing David about to tie the knot with a man who could destroy him, it was too much. It all started 6 months ago, when David announced his engagement to Marcus at a family dinner in their cozy Boston suburb home. Fox, then 22 and fresh out of college, had been thrilled at first. His dad had been single for years after coming out late in life, following a painful divorce from Fox's mom when Fox was just a teen. David had struggled with his identity, facing judgment from conservative relatives and even some friends who'd drifted away. But Marcus seemed perfect. A successful architect in his mid-40s, charismatic, kind, and openly affectionate with David in a way that made Fox hopeful for his father's future. They'd met at a local LGBTQ support group, where David had been volunteering after finally embracing his sexuality. Marcus shared stories of his own coming-out journey, growing up in a small Midwest town where being gay meant hiding in shadows. Their romance blossomed quickly, dates at cozy cafes, weekend trips to Cape Cod, and soon, talks of marriage. Fox liked Marcus initially. He was the first partner David had brought home who didn't seem intimidated by the father-son bond. They even bonded over shared interests like hiking and classic rock. But cracks appeared subtly. One evening, while helping Marcus move some boxes into the house, Fox stumbled upon an old ID card in a forgotten wallet. The name on it wasn't Marcus Hale, but Mark Harlan, with a birth date that didn't match what he'd told them. Fox brushed it off at first, maybe a legal name change for personal reasons. People in the LGBTQ community sometimes did that to escape painful pasts. But curiosity nagged at him, especially after overhearing a tense phone call where Marcus snapped, "I told you, that's over. Don't contact me again." Fox's suspicions grew when Marcus started avoiding questions about his family. "They're estranged," he'd say with a sad smile. "Too conservative to accept me." Fair enough, Fox thought, but it felt off. As a journalism major, Fox's instincts kicked in. He began digging discreetly, starting with social media. Marcus's profiles were pristine, but older posts hinted at a different life. A mention of an ex-partner in Chicago, vague references to starting over. Fox created a fake account to probe deeper, but nothing concrete surfaced. Then came the turning point. At a Pride event in downtown Boston, Fox spotted Marcus talking animatedly with a stranger who looked uneasy. Later, Fox approached the man casually at a booth. "Hey, you know Marcus?" The guy hesitated, then spilled, "Yeah, from way back. He's not who you think. Be careful." The stranger, named Tim, was an old acquaintance from Marcus's Chicago days. Over coffee the next week, Tim revealed fragments. Marcus, then Mark, had been involved in shady real estate deals, scamming vulnerable people, including elderly LGBTQ folks looking for safe housing. Fox's stomach churned. He couldn't believe it. But Tim provided leads. Court records from Illinois. Fox spent nights poring over public databases, his laptop screen illuminating his worried face. What he found was damning. A conviction for fraud 5 years ago, probation served, name changed legally to start fresh. But there was more. Whispers of ongoing schemes, using his charm to infiltrate communities and exploit trusts. Confronting Marcus directly felt risky. Fox feared he'd deny it and turn David against him. Instead, he gathered evidence quietly. Screenshots, documents, even a recorded call with Tim. The internal conflict tore at him. David was finally happy, out and proud, building a life he'd denied himself for so long. Society had already judged him harshly. Coming out in his 40s meant facing homophobia from unexpected quarters, like his workplace where promotions stalled. Fox himself had navigated his own sexuality, coming out in high school amid bullying, finding solace in his dad's eventual support. But loyalty to truth won out. As the wedding approached, Fox's anxiety peaked. He confided in his best friend, Jamie, who was also gay and understood the nuances. "What if I'm wrong? What if this destroys Dad?" Jamie urged caution but agreed. "If Marcus is a con artist, you have to protect him." The night before the wedding, Fox barely slept, replaying scenarios. Intervene or stay silent. The choice felt like a knife's edge. Back in the church, Fox's revelation hung in the air. He handed his phone to David, open to the documents. Marcus's face hardened. "This is bullshit, David. Your son's jealous or something." But as David scrolled, his expression shifted from doubt to horror. The evidence was irrefutable. Forged documents, victim testimonies. One story hit hard. A gay couple in Chicago who'd lost their savings to Marcus's investment scheme, leading to their breakup. David's hands trembled. "Marcus, is this true?" Marcus stammered. "It's in the past. I changed. For you." But the lie cracked. David pulled out his own phone, dialing 911 with a steely resolve. "Yes. I need to report a fraud at St. Mary's Church. My fiancé. He's wanted for violating probation." The congregation erupted as police sirens wailed in the distance. Fox watched, a mix of relief and guilt washing over him. Had he done the right thing? The fallout would be messy, family rifts, public scrutiny. But in that moment, as David hugged him tightly, whispering, "Thank you, son," Fox knew the bond they'd forged through shared struggles was unbreakable. The aftermath of the wedding that wasn't unfolded like a slow-motion disaster in the weeks that followed. David retreated into the house, curtains drawn against the prying eyes of neighbors and the occasional reporter sniffing around for a scandal. Fox stayed by his side, cooking meals that went uneaten, fielding calls from concerned relatives. Aunt Clara was the most vocal. "How could you let this happen, David?" And Fox, "Stirring up trouble like that. It's unbecoming." But David defended his son fiercely. "He saved me from a nightmare. Don't you dare blame him." Marcus was arrested that day, right in the church parking lot. It turned out his probation violation involved skipping state lines without permission and continuing minor cons under his new name. Nothing violent, but enough to land him back in court. The LGBTQ community buzzed with the news. Some saw it as a betrayal from within, others as a cautionary tale about trust in a world still hostile to their existence. David, once active in support groups, stepped back, questioning everyone's motives. Fox grappled with his own demons. At 22, he was navigating post-college life, working as a freelance writer while figuring out his path. His sexuality had been a journey of self-acceptance, marked by high school crushes that went unrequited and college relationships that fizzled under pressure. Seeing his dad's heartbreak mirrored his fears. Was love always this fragile? He confided in Jamie over late-night texts. "I feel like I broke him. What if he never trusts again?" Jamie, ever the optimist, replied, "You gave him a chance to heal properly. That's love, man." Their friendship had deepened since college, where they'd met in a queer student alliance. Jamie was out and proud, from a supportive family, contrasting Fox's more turbulent home. David had accepted Fox's coming out with open arms, but the divorce had left scars. Fox's mom, bitter about David's hidden life, had limited contact, fueling Fox's protective instincts. As days turned to weeks, David began opening up. One evening, over whiskey on the porch, he shared stories Fox had never heard. "I knew I was gay since I was a kid, but society, it wasn't kind. Married your mom thinking I could change. Hurt everyone." Tears glistened in his eyes. "Marcus made me feel seen, you know? Like I wasn't too old or too broken." Fox nodded, his heart aching. "I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't want to take that away." David squeezed his shoulder. "You didn't. You protected me. But it hurts like hell." The scandal rippled outward, igniting debates in online forums. Some accused Fox of internalized homophobia, claiming he couldn't handle his dad being happy with another man. "Jealous son syndrome," one commenter sneered. Others praised his courage. Exposing a scammer in the community? Hero move. Fox avoided the noise, but it seeped in, challenging his self-view. Was there truth to the jealousy claims? He'd admitted to himself that seeing David so enamored stirred unease, reminders of his own singleton status. To cope, Fox threw himself into work, pitching articles on LGBTQ issues. One piece explored fraud in vulnerable communities, drawing from the experience without naming names. Editors loved the angle, and it got published in a local magazine. The validation helped, but doubts lingered. Then came an unexpected email from Tim, the Chicago contact. "Hey, just saw the news. You did good. Marcus hurt a lot of people. If you need more stories, hit me up." Fox met Tim again, this time in a quiet cafe. Tim, in his 30s with a warm demeanor, shared more details. "Marcus targeted folks like us, newly out, lonely, promised investments in gay-friendly businesses that never materialized." As they talked, Fox felt a spark of connection. Tim's eyes held empathy, his laugh easy. Was this attraction? Fox pushed it aside. Timing was wrong. But Tim suggested drinks sometime, leaving Fox flustered. Back home, David noticed the change. "You seem lighter. Got a date?" Fox blushed. "Maybe, but it's complicated." David smiled faintly. "Life's always complicated for us. Don't let my mess stop you." Their bond strengthened through vulnerability. David started therapy, encouraged by Fox, addressing years of suppressed emotions. Society's pressures, expectations of straight normalcy, then judgment for coming out late, had weighed heavy. Yet conflicts arose. At a family gathering, Cousin Mike, a staunch conservative, cornered Fox. "You know, some say you overreacted. Marcus wasn't hurting anyone now." Fox fired back. "He was a con man. Would you say that if he scammed straight folks?" The exchange highlighted societal double standards. Crimes in queer spaces often dismissed as internal matters, while straight scandals made headlines. David faced his own battles at work. Colleagues whispered about the drama, questioning his judgment. A promotion he'd been eyeing slipped away, masked as restructuring. It fueled rage in Fox. "This is homophobia, Dad. Fight it." David sighed. "I'm tired, son. Maybe it's time to retire early." The choice loomed. Push back or withdraw. David chose to file a complaint, sparking an HR investigation that exposed biases. Amid this, Fox's budding interest in Tim grew. They met for hikes, sharing stories. Tim had his own scars. A disowning family, a failed relationship. Being gay in America, it's better but still a fight. Fox agreed, opening up about his fears. One afternoon, under a canopy of autumn leaves, Tim leaned in. "You're brave, Fox. Not many would do what you did." Their first kiss was tentative, filled with promise. But shadows lingered. News broke of Marcus's trial, with victims testifying. One, an older man named Robert, described losing his home. "He preyed on my loneliness after my partner died." David attended, facing Marcus one last time. "Why me?" he asked post-hearing. Marcus, handcuffed, shrugged. "You were easy, happy." The cruelty cut deep, but closure beckoned. Fox supported David through it, their roles reversing, son as protector. Yet, as Fox's relationship with Tim deepened, guilt resurfaced. Was he moving on too fast while Dad healed? The emotional tug-of-war intensified, setting the stage for deeper reckonings. As winter blanketed Boston in snow, the emotional thaw in the household began in earnest. David emerged from his shell, joining a new support group for LGBTQ seniors. There, he met others with similar stories, late bloomers navigating love amid societal skepticism. "It's not just about being gay," he told Fox one night. "It's about rewriting your life script when everyone's already cast you in a role." Fox listened, inspired by his dad's resilience. But resilience came with costs. David's HR complaint led to a settlement, back pay and an apology, but the victory felt hollow. "They'll never change," he muttered. It sparked discussions between father and son about systemic issues. Workplace discrimination, the pink ceiling for queer professionals. Fox channeled it into writing, his articles gaining traction. One piece on the hidden costs of coming out late went viral, drawing emails from readers sharing parallels. Tim became a steady presence, his relationship with Fox evolving naturally. They attended events together, pride mixers, film screenings, where Fox introduced him to friends. Jamie approved. "He's solid. Don't screw it up." But doubts crept in. Tim's past with Marcus, albeit peripheral, raised flags. "Were you ever involved in his schemes?" Fox asked one evening over dinner. Tim shook his head firmly. "No, I cut ties when I suspected. That's why I warned you." Honesty solidified their bond, but Fox wondered if trust issues from the Marcus debacle would poison this. Society's gaze intensified the pressure. At a holiday party, a well-meaning acquaintance quipped to David, "Dodged a bullet, huh? Better luck next time." David forced a smile but later confided, "They see us as entertainment. Our pains are plot twists." It echoed broader conflicts, media portrayals of gay lives as dramatic spectacles, ignoring everyday struggles. Fox's article on the topic stirred controversy. Some praised the insight, others accused him of victimhood. Then came a bombshell. Marcus's defense team contacted David, offering a deal: drop charges for restitution. "He says he's sorry, wants to make amends," the lawyer explained. David wavered. "Part of me pities him. Growing up gay in a hostile world twists people." Fox exploded. "Pity? He manipulated you." The argument escalated, highlighting generational divides. Fox, millennial raised with more acceptance, saw no excuse for deceit. David, boomer era, empathized with survival tactics. The choice tore at David. Accept the deal, move on quietly, or pursue justice, risking more exposure? Family weighed in. Aunt Clara pushed for closure. "Let it go, David. You're embarrassing us." Her homophobia, veiled as concern, ignited fury. "Embarrassing? Because I'm gay and got hurt." David snapped. It forced a reckoning. Cut ties with unsupportive kin? Fox supported prosecution, but empathy grew. Researching Marcus's background, he uncovered a tragic youth, abusive home, rejection. "Does trauma justify crime?" he pondered with Tim. "No," Tim said, "but it explains. We all make choices." Their talks deepened intimacy, but Fox hesitated commitment. "I'm scared," he admitted. "What if love always ends in betrayal?" High drama peaked at Marcus's hearing. David testified, voice steady. "You exploited my vulnerability, but I won't let it define me." Marcus, remorseful or acting, apologized. "I fell for you, David. The cons were separate." The judge sentenced lightly, more probation, restitution. Victims divided. Some satisfied, others outraged. Online, debates raged. Forgive queer criminals because of shared oppression? Fox's follow-up article explored it, earning acclaim and backlash. Post-trial, David dated cautiously, meeting a kind teacher named Ben at the support group. Ben, widowed, shared genuine stories without red flags. Fox vetted subtly, finding nothing amiss. "Happy for you, Dad," he said, masking envy. His own life flourished, a full-time job at a progressive news site, focusing on social justice. But a new conflict arose. Tim's job offer in New York. "It's a great opportunity," Tim said. "Come with me." Fox froze. "Leave Boston, his dad? I can't abandon him now." The dilemma mirrored David's past choices. Sacrifice for family or pursue happiness. Discussions with David helped. "Son, I've held you back enough. Go live." Yet, societal expectations weighed. As a gay son of a single dad, Fox felt duty-bound, amplified by cultural narratives of queer families sticking together against odds. Friends advised variably, "Jamie, grab love." Others, "Family first." The tension built, emotions raw. In a heartfelt talk, David urged, "I came out late because I feared losing you. Don't repeat my mistakes." Tears flowed. Fox decided, a long-distance trial. Tim agreed, their kiss sealing resolve. As spring approached, healing signs emerged. David and Ben's relationship bloomed, cautious but real. Fox's writing tackled taboo topics like intergenerational gay dynamics, sparking podcasts. But undercurrents of dispute lingered. Was Marcus a product of homophobia, deserving leniency? The question haunted forums. Fox reflected on his intervention. No regrets, but nuances emerged. Life's choices weren't black and white. They were shaded by society's biases. The journey continued, conflicts evolving into growth. With summer's warmth came tentative optimism. David and Ben's dates turned serious. Picnics in the park, theater nights. Fox watched approvingly, noting Ben's authenticity. A high school teacher advocating for LGBTQ youth. No hidden agendas. "He's good for you, Dad," Fox said during a family barbecue. David beamed. "Feels right this time." The contrast to Marcus was stark, highlighting how trauma sharpened instincts. Fox's move to New York loomed. Apartment hunted with Tim. Excitement mixed with anxiety. "What if distance breaks us?" he confided to Jamie. "Or what if it strengthens?" Jamie countered. The relocation symbolized independence, but guilt nagged, leaving David amid his recovery. Society's lens amplified it. Gay men often portrayed as flighty, abandoning roots. Fox pushed back in his writing, an essay on queer mobility, chasing dreams without guilt resonating widely. Conflicts resurfaced when Aunt Clara hosted a reunion, excluding Ben. "It's family only," she claimed. David confronted, "Ben is family." The standoff exposed lingering homophobia, Clara's traditional values clashing with progress. Fox mediated, "Auntie, times change. Accept or lose us." She relented partially, but tensions simmered, reflecting broader familial rifts in queer lives. At work, Fox tackled a story on scams targeting LGBTQ elders, interviewing victims. One, a trans woman named Elena, shared, "We're invisible to society, easy prey." It humanized the issue, but critics accused sensationalism, exploiting our pain for clicks. Fox defended, "Silence helps predators." The debate fueled his passion, earning an award nomination. Tim's support was unwavering. In New York, they explored the city, Central Park walks, village bars. But challenges arose. Tim's demanding job left little time, straining connection. "I miss Boston's simplicity," Fox admitted. Tim listened. "We adapt." Their relationship tested resilience, echoing David's journeys. A shocking twist. Marcus contacted Fox via letter from probation. "I regret everything. Tell David I'm sorry." Fox debated sharing. Burn it or offer closure? He chose honesty, showing David. "Toss it," David said bitterly. But later, "Maybe forgiveness heals." The dilemma sparked deep talks. Can one forgive betrayal without forgetting? Societal views varied. Some advocated restorative justice in queer communities, others zero tolerance. David explored forgiveness through therapy, attending a workshop on trauma. There, he met others conned in love. "We're not alone," he realized. It empowered him, proposing to Ben impulsively? No, too soon. Instead, a commitment ceremony planned modestly. Fox's article series culminated in a book deal proposal, Shadows in the Rainbow, Deceit and Resilience in LGBTQ Lives. Agents praised the nuance, but publishers pushed for more drama. Amp up the scandal, one said. Fox resisted. It's about emotions, not sensationalism. The choice defined his integrity. As moving day neared, emotions peaked. David helped pack, reminiscing. Proud of you, son. You saved me, now save yourself. Hugs lingered. At the airport, tears fell. Call often, David urged. In New York, Fox settled, writing fervently. Tim's presence grounded him, but homesickness hit. Video calls with David bridged gaps, sharing Ben's updates. We're good, David assured. But a new controversy. An online troll outed Fox's role in Marcus's downfall, twisting facts. Meddling kid ruins dad's life. Harassment ensued, testing metal. Tim comforted. Truth wins. Fox countered with a op-ed. Exposing harm isn't meddling. It's protection. Support poured in, but scars remained. David faced his trial. Ben's family, conservative, resisted. Our son with a man? They balked. David empathized, drawing from his past. Patient talks shifted perspectives. A small win against prejudice. As fall leaves turned, Fox visited Boston. Reunion joyful, but undercurrents. Marcus released early. Rumors of relocation. Vigilance returned. Stay safe, Fox warned. The experiences wove a tapestry of growth. Choices shaped by love, society, self. Conflicts, once destructive, became catalysts. Yet questions lingered. In a world quick to judge queer lives, where does mercy fit? New York's rhythm pulsed through Fox's veins as he adapted to city life, his writing career soaring with the book deal signed. Shadows in the Rainbow promised to delve into the raw edges of LGBTQ experiences, balancing drama with depth. Tim cheered him on, their apartment a haven amid skyscrapers. But distance from David tested bonds. Weekly calls revealed subtle strains. Ben and I are planning a trip, David shared. Europe, maybe. Fox smiled through envy. Sounds amazing. Societal echoes persisted. A panel discussion on Fox's articles turned heated. You portray queer men as victims or villains. Where's the joy? A critic challenged. Fox responded. Joy exists amid struggle. Ignoring pain silences us. Applause mixed with boos, encapsulating divides. Celebration versus confrontation in community narratives. Back in Boston, David and Ben's relationship deepened, cohabitating. It's scary, but right, David confided. Ben's advocacy work inspired David to volunteer again, mentoring youth. One teen, struggling with identity, reminded David of young Fox. Society's better, but bullying endures, he noted. It fueled David's op-eds, paralleling Fox's path. A pivotal moment. Marcus resurfaced, emailing David for a meeting. To apologize properly. David debated, consulting Fox. Your call, Dad, but be cautious. The meetup in a neutral cafe was tense. Marcus, humbled. I was lost, using charm as a shield. Homophobia broke me young. David listened, anger softening to pity. I forgive, but won't forget. No reconciliation but closure. News spread, sparking backlash. Forgiving a scammer? Weak. Others, compassion strengthens us. David wrote about it. Mercy in the margins. Arguing trauma's cycle in queer spaces deserves nuance. Fox amplified it, their voices uniting. Personal growth intertwined. Fox proposed to Tim during a rooftop dinner. Through chaos, you're my constant. Tim accepted, tears flowing. Wedding plans modest, inviting David and Ben. Full circle, David joked. But conflicts arose. Tim's family, estranged, reached out tentatively. Acceptance or rejection? Parallels to David's past guided. Give chances, but set boundaries. As the book launched, reviews praised a gripping tale of betrayal and bonds. Interviews probed, was intervening right? Fox reflected, yes, but with costs. It ignited forums, ethics of family interference in queer relationships. David's European trip with Ben succeeded, postcards sharing joy. Found peace, he wrote. Fox's wedding day arrived, intimate in Central Park. David officiated. Love wins, despite odds. Vows exchanged, cheers erupted. In quiet moments, Fox pondered journeys, from wedding interruption to his own union. Choices, fraught with emotion, defined them. Society's pressures, homophobia, expectations shaped paths, but resilience prevailed. Yet, one question lingers. Was forgiveness for Marcus a sign of strength or naivety in a community already burdened by betrayal?